Yeah, just my name Mick here. Get off all the other rubbish video I had to do just before, but what I'm looking at here is I just want to do a quick update on my giant mountain bike that I bought years ago. It's probably over 10 years ago. And where I live, I got sick of pedalling around the hills to the point I wasn't even using my bike. So I thought there's got to be a better way of getting around for a bit of fitness on my bike than just leaving it sit and rot. So this bike's always been undercover, so I like keeping things out of the weather if I can. And I know it's not a lot of money for a bike, but what is you can have things last you indefinitely if you keep them out of the weather. And anything metal will last for years so long as it's out of the weather. And if you really want to get towy or horny about it, spray it down with a bit of dewatering fluid, a bit of WD-40 or CRC or whatever types, and a rag, and just run over it, and you'll even prolong it longer. But anyhow, so what I have here is, it's a Golden Motor Magic Pi 2. Now that's a Chinese electric motor, and this thing here, just a bit more in the video, is now 7 years old. I don't ride it in the rain, I will say, but other than that, gets a good old working out around this hinterland of Maleny, because it's very steep, so you know, if you don't want to wear yourself out pretty quickly, you'll rely on the electric motor a fair bit. Now, there isn't many things that I've bought that are 7 years old that I haven't had to spend a bit of money on. So, January this year, this is 7 years old. That's the wheel, the motor, everything's associated with it. And like, I don't do hundreds of kilometres a week or anything like some of them, because I haven't got the time for starters and I haven't got the energy to do that. But this has done a reasonable amount of work. So, what can I say about it? The only maintenance I've had to do to it is keep making sure the spokes are tight, and they do come loose a bit because it probably, this is a 500 watter, and compared to the new central drives and that round here, there's 250 watt. You see them climbing up hills quicker than this thing, so I don't know how they actually measure that figure, but these are good. But I think the central drives has just become that technically good that you can have a 250 watt and it performs unbelievably. Probably only got the same top, well, probably maybe less top end, I don't know. I think they're electronically cut off with this one. I've just got a throttle, like a quad throttle up on the right hand side, and so yeah, this thing here, apart from tightening spokes and tubes and tyres, not a single thing has changed on this for 7 years. It goes exactly the same. I'm on the second battery. The first battery only lasted about a month or 2 months. Had a meltdown. The supplier refunded me that money, and so that was good. And ever since, it's a Golden Motor battery too, and I have not spent 1 single cent on the electric bike part of the side of it. Now, the next one I would get would be off-road one, better suspension, this solid frame on this. This is just a bike to ride around the roads, and I just potter around. Like, I don't care if I'm pottering around in low gear. because when I ride it's all about getting a little bit of fitness, so it doesn't have to be super easy or whatever, it's just got to get the cardio up a little bit. So, like I say, I wouldn't bother even riding a bike if I didn't ride this thing, because I don't want to blow my cardio out. So this Chinese made, people go on a lot about Chinese made gear. I've two Chinese, I've got iPhones and that, and iPads which are made in China. But my little Braaap ST250 motorcycle, which I might add is now about 2.5 years old. I don't do big out open road kilometres on it. It's only got 2,000 kilometres on it or thereabouts. But I ride that, and the only maintenance I do on that's a litre of oil every 500 kilometres. I drop it and put a new litre in. There's no oil filters to have to, there's an oil slinger, but there's no oil filters to have to replace or anything. So I've got that, and I've got this thing here. I think push bike's made in China too, this giant. And this electric golden motor, supposedly 500 watt, it's a 36 volt. Not a single thing. So out of the two Chinese things that I use regularly, motorcycles is probably the least maintenance motorcycle I've ever had, as in engine drivetrain, but it's not a powerful thing by any stretch of imagination, which helps. But this thing here is probably the lowest maintenance thing that's got wheels on it that I've ever owned, apart from a push bike, which it is. But anything with a motor, I cannot believe how reliable and how, well, no money that you spend on it. I've put brake pads on it, which would be better with discs. Put brake pads on it, probably 3-4 sets of brake pads since back end front since I've done this 7 years ago. But the electrical component of it, and I installed it and I didn't get too carried away. Like that's just wrapped in a plastic bag, the joiners, wrapped in a plastic bag and taped up. Doesn't get, like I say, I don't ride it in the rain, so it doesn't get corrosion in there, and I don't ride this thing through water, so it's just a simple electric motor that's brushless, that's like, I suppose, like your fan that spins around. It's just supplied a certain amount of voltage, and away it goes, and unbelievable. So little test just done after another little video was a little bit negative. And Sveno, Mick out.